My name's Keaton Walker, and I'm going to tell you what's wrong with the world and how we're going to fix it. This video is titled My YouTube Experiment because I want to start a revolution, and it starts with you and with me. You see, this is a picture of me just 2 years ago. I was overweight, depressed, and in a constant loop of self-sabotage. This video is about how I went from that person to a life of purpose and meaning, and how you can do it too. With the recent epidemic, we've seen how fast the world can change, how everything we had can be taken from us in an instant. And this video is about getting to the root of all the fear and anxiety running through the world right now. This is a perfect time to reflect and start down the path of becoming the person we really want to be. You see, there's a problem with the world, with you and with me. And it's a problem that most of us aren't even aware of. And I'm conducting an experiment to see if we can fix it together. To illustrate, I'm going to tell a small story. I was a missionary for my church in Washington, D.C. for 2 years. Literally every day, all day for those 2 years, I was speaking to strangers, knocking on doors, and sharing a message of peace and hope. I had some of the most incredible experiences of my life during this time, and I also faced a lot of rejection. A lot of doors slammed in my face, and every once in a while a person who would yell and swear at me. When I was about 14 months into this experience, I found myself talking to a member of one of the congregations where I used to serve, and he asked me how I was. And when he asked that question, all the other conversations going on around us seemed to fade away, and it was just me and him. And what I told him was I was doing well, but that I had a question for him. I said the hardest thing about being a missionary isn't the long nights spent knocking doors or talking to strangers on the street. It isn't the people who yell and swear at me or the people that slam the door in my face. The hardest thing about what I do on a day-to-day basis is the people with the glazed look in their eyes, who are smiling and nodding to what I'm saying to them, but who you can tell are just waiting for the next opportunity they're going to get to sit down with a drink and watch television. It's the people who completely 100% ignore me when I say hi to them on the street. And it's the people who invite me into their home and seem to be listening to what I'm saying to them, but whose brains are too full of meaningless distractions to really grasp the gravity of what I'm telling them. So this is what I told my friend, and I'll never forget what he said next. We are all asleep. This is the problem I was talking about earlier, and I call it social sleepwalking. The distraction that surrounds us on a day-to-day basis is keeping us all asleep, part of the real walking dead. This distraction is bad because it keeps us from doing the most important things, or even thinking about doing the most important things. You see, there are so many people in this world living a society-prescribed life. There are so many people living the life that other people expect of them instead of the life they were born to live. And at the root of it is digital distraction. This results in a myriad of problems, the least of which is waking up every day, hating our lives, but not knowing what to do about it. And this is precisely why we all need to wake up. Put away our phones, stop trying to heal our emotional wounds with streaming platforms, social media, and online purchases. Because running to these things whenever we have a spare moment is making it so we have no time to consider why we are even here in the first place. Have you ever stopped to think about that? Why are you here on this earth? If you don't know why you're here, what are you doing to find out? And if you do know, what are you doing to chase that purpose? I'm starting this YouTube channel because I recently discovered mine after a lot of searching. My purpose is to help inspire a generation of young people whose lives are grounded in intentional living. Intentional living is the key to what changed my life. Once I stopped paying attention to what other people were telling me to do and started living a life true to myself, everything changed. And it's what I want to share with the world. It's what I feel called to share with you. This is why I'm starting a revolution. Because we need a generation of young people who know how to think for themselves, who know how to act for themselves, instead of just following the same society prescribed life. So this is my YouTube experiment. I want to see how many people we can get to wake up from digital distraction and social sleepwalking and start chasing their dreams without apology. This is where you can help me. I'm asking you to share this video with just one person who needs to hear this message. If we wake up and take control of our lives, we have nothing to fear. Thank you so much for tuning into the video. If you believe in what you just heard, please, please, please share it with another person. I really want to see how far we can get this to go, how many people we can impact with this message. If you're interested yourself in more content on intentional living, essentialism, and online business, make sure you subscribe and make sure to say hi to me on social media. I answer almost every message that's sent to me. The links are down in the description. Thank you again so much, and I'll see you in the next video.